We might take that way because the sun is shining that way. I want you guys to see me a little bit more. Morning to you, the birds, they're chirping. Oh. If you see the title before you click on this video, we are talking about, sensing emotions through sight. And I have that spelled S-I-T-E. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's just get a little walk in. Let's get a little air time, Get a little nature time. High five the palm trees, Oh. That one was communicative. That one likes to talk. So, let me see. Hi. Ooh, it's cold. It's about cold out here, y'all. It's about real cold out here. We just taking a walk, taking a stroll, talking, keeping our energies up, keeping our bodies right, okay? We don't take these walks for no reason, of course, because we do need to always continue to keep our bodies and our minds in motion. In a good type of motion, not stagnation, but motion. A lot of times walking, when it comes to sight, it helps like generate ideas. It's like a wheel in your head that turns as you walk. So I think that's really cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get our 2 in. One more time. There we go. That's wonderful. Now I got a little interesting thing, because as a matter of fact, before I was trying to go to sleep last night, I was getting like a message, like someone had to ask me a question, someone wanted to ask me something, and it was like, OG, why you move like that? Why you talk like that? I hit the club 50D, okay? They said, why you keep your hands like that? Why you smile like that? Hey, I was wondering why they asking me this question. They said, OG, how you dance like that? How you do it? So I'm like, maybe they're not aware of how to do that. Because maybe gotta practice prayer. Gotta practice prayer a little bit harder. And prayer is something that you have to practice. Yep. If it rhymes, is the reason. Let me tell you why. Prayer must be something that you have to practice. Because the more you know what you want to pray for, the more powerful that prayer. We got all the because we popping out here, right? We popping with the prayer, right? So you got these powerful, you got prayers. They can become powerful when when you provide the right words for them, right? Because these are energies that we're looking to attract to kind of build. There's so many cars out here. I'm pretty sure it's loud as hell. Woo! There's so many energies you can attract. Oh, I'm so happy to be back out here. Just like the last couple days, things have been like going into some type of shambles. Not really a shambles, but time is passing, or things are happening, and we just gotta let them happen at the same time. I learned that I do have a bit of a control problem, just as far as and every day I pray the Lord, to show me, tell me the things, show me the things I can't control, and the things I can't, and it's just I be rushing sometimes too. I be rushing. I be in calm, but I be having ADHD. I have ADHD, okay? I be having spiritual ADHD. Lord, where's the blessing? Where is it? I sent out my message a week ago. I sent out my energies a week ago. Where is it? But you wait on the Lord. Wait. There's a story in the Bible about how God sent the disciples. He sent the disciples to some town after Jesus had died. After Jesus passed, I believe. He sent the disciples to some town, or to go wait on Jesus or something like that. And the Lord did not tell them how long to wait. The Lord said, go to that town and wait for me. But during that time of waiting, I know y'all know the story. I know a lot of y'all know the story. But during that time of waiting, he wasn't just sitting there. They weren't just sitting there waiting, doing nothing, just being there. during that time they put in work while they were there. A lot of times we get hired for jobs, but we don't know that God hired us to do something else. So we're on site at that job trying to do what that job is telling us to do, but we're not listening for God's instructions, because he's the one that's actually going to pay you more than they're going to pay you. All right? Because he's putting you in a higher position. And when those spiritual checks come through, when they hand you your check, this is God. This is the same way that resonance and frequencies vibrate. You're doing God's work the whole time. When they hand you a check, that's not just them handing you a check, baby, because that check is going to multiply. I'm trying to let you know what. I'm really trying to let you know what. When you're on your site, you really got to pay attention to whose work you're actually doing. When you're on site, you got to pay attention to whose work you're actually doing, because sometimes God will have you go through hell, and now you're working with demons to be able to provide for your family. Now you're working with demons to provide for your family. Now you got that blood money. Think about those vibrations. Think about that. Like, for real, I'm not asking this for me. I'm not asking for me. I'm not asking for me. I'm telling you, think about that. Because the way that Lord moves, like I worked jobs before where people really thought I was there to to work their job. Like, no, I came to the job, I got hired knowing that, the Lord's putting me in a certain position. I'm there for a purpose, and I'm there for a reason. I'm on site for a reason. And we need to use that kind of site. We need to use that site to know, okay, the Lord is putting me in a spiritual, he's putting me on a spiritual battleground. And on this battleground, there are different enemies. It's like a checkerboard almost, if you want to think about it that way. But, on this battleground, there are spiritual enemies. And the Lord is going to put you in certain places. And of course, these snakes are going to try to wrap you in and try to get you with them and try to da-da-da-da-da. But none of that. None of that. Oh, my God. This is why we have to speak in terms of light, because the metaphors that we use as 3D beings, we believe what we say. So if you feel like your mouth's getting wrapped up by a boa constrictor, then yeah, you're going to suffocate. I'm made of light, baby. I'm made of light. You got to understand the physical and metaphysical things that happen to us light beings. They phase through us. I don't know how else to explain this. It literally phase through us. The only time we receive damage is when we're damaging ourselves. Like, for real. We have to literally put ourselves in that position. There's topics out there. There's topics out there about that kind of stuff. Talking about euthanasia and stuff like that. That's the future. That's the future. That sounds horrible. But whatever. Okay, that's bad. Okay, my God. Okay. But it's a topic we're gonna come to eventually. Not me, but y'all. But yeah, we gotta. Sorry, I'm horrible. But yeah, we gotta really think about that. We gotta really think about that. I'm a human being, people. I try to tell people this. I'm a human being made of light. Okay, I'm a light being made with flesh. Spirit having a human experience. That makes a lot of sense. I like how people say that. Spirit having a human experience. Because, like, sometimes, we know that feeling, like, you wake up. I don't know, okay. People explain certain things, but I guess I'm already living through, like, disassociation and stuff like that. I talk about a lot of mental illness versus, precognition and stuff like that on my channel, because what the world will have you believe is that you're wrong, but it's only the 21st century. It's like literally only the 21st century. If we believe that we know everything about people and about minds, then we're severely mistaken. We're severely, at least as a population, I'm pretty sure there's peoples out there that have certain types of information, but as a population, we just got to come to certain understandings. God. And it's just the frustration of, me wanting to, I'm like, how am I going to get this kind of message? Like, how do we get this message of education across the world? It takes bigger changes. It's going to take bigger changes than just talking on here. I wish I had a way. I wish I had the means to be able to really, put that into action. Like, that's just for something that I want to see. Like, it's the same feeling as when you get, a song, like, when you're writing a song, or you make that piece of art and you stand back and you get to look at it like, wow, that's beautiful. Well done. This is good. That's the feeling that I ooh, look. Baby, you got them big feathers, girl. You got them big feathers, girl. Which ones you got, baby? Boy, boy, boy. Yeah, they're down there. That was a big ass one, baby. Okay, so yeah. I'm lost now. I forgot. But yes, we really gotta pay attention to like the site that we're working on, right? Because when we're on site, we on both sides, right? Because when we come from those heavenly places, we bring that down with us. People don't understand that when you come from somewhere, you bring that with you. When you come from somewhere, you bring it with you. You know, they always say, oh, you could take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person type shit. Like, you could take the Jesus out of heaven, but you can't take the heaven out of Jesus. Like, what? Right? You can take the Jesus out of heaven, but you can't take the heaven out of Jesus. There's things that we get. There's attributes we get for being in certain cultural groups. There are aspects that we get. So like, if you like in a group of people that have different tastes of food, you might get different bodily functions, like, or different bodily smells or hormones that are activated because of that. So it gives you like quote unquote different abilities. Just being in different places also give you that. Like if you're from the Himalayas, you know, most of the times you're gonna be thinking about the Himalayan mountains, like when it comes to your peace. If you live by the beach, the most times you're gonna be thinking about the beach when it comes to your peace. Like, we are a part of the environment that we live in. When you come from heaven, you're gonna be thinking about heaven as your peace. Like, you know, we create these worlds, of course. So, and we exist in them, and we vibrate on the level of those worlds, I'll say. So that's what we do. That's why you can have two people. That's why you can have two. You can have a rich person and a poor man experiencing the same experiences. Shouldn't it be that oh, because this person's rich and this person's poor, that they experience different emotions? Like, no, we have a base, we have a site, you know, we have a foundation of emotions that we exist on, that when we ignore each other, it creates imbalance in the universe, and like those karmas like will come back to us. It's like if oh my God, it's so hard to like explain. Like, just because you don't know something is happening doesn't mean that it doesn't affect you. Like, if you're sitting in your house when a bomb goes off and sorry, I'm like so morbid, but if you're sitting in your house when a bomb like went off in like Nagasaki or Hiroshima, like, you were donezo, right? It didn't matter whether if you knew about it or not. Like, this is why it's like literally our obligation to understand what is going on, because it affects us regardless. Like, just because you don't understand, just because someone feels like, oh, emotionality is stupid, metaphysics is stupid, like, do you really believe that? Like, if you when you start applying what you learn and you see the changes that can make in your life, you know, the proof is in the pudding at that point, I guess you could say. And it doesn't even take faith to start. I'm trying to give you equations so that way it won't even take you faith to start. I think having an understanding creates the grounds for a belief that can be powerful. These are the same type of beliefs that we have. Not gonna call it a placebo, because I hate the word placebo. Hey, baby. Hi, baby. Baby. Look at this. He wanna come out the gate, come say hi to me. I don't know why. He's like, you gotta come back. I can't, baby. I can't come back. No turning back. Hey, no turning back. Okay. So, no turning back. No turning back. Hey. Okay. So yeah, we on site, you feel me? We are on site. We are doing our work. We are experiencing the site for what it is. That means today in Metaphysics 101, we're going into colors. And I have this video labeled site because, the way that we're about to do this is just something special. The way that we're going to experience this, not that we're going to experience, the way that it can be experienced, I'll say, because of course we can live on different levels of experience, or we can try to, like, if I have a VR headset on and you're like, if you watch a movie through a VR headset and I'm watching a movie through the phone, we're watching the same movie but experiencing it in two different ways, right? So like, But still, of course, the emotions behind that movie is the same. That's what I'm saying. We're coming back to like, okay, there's a ground truth. Just because we're watching it on two different mediums or watching it through two different eyes, don't mean that the emotions behind that isn't the same. So just because it looks like we're in a certain place, don't mean the emotional constructs of that place aren't any different than it could be at somewhere else. If you're stuck at a dead-end job, no matter where your dead-end job is at, you're stuck at a dead-end job. Like, that's the construct created for you to exist in that sphere. Like, you get a job, you're coming straight out of high school, trying to, you might be trying to find something better. Do you want to take the classic route, go to college and all that good stuff? But before then, you want to go find a job. Usually the job that you find before you find that dream job or that dream career is a dead-end job, right? That's usually what happens, unless you come into that wealth in your family and you guys start creating, from the ground up for everybody, so that we can have those resources in the future for people. You feel me? Well, when you're really starting, when you really want to, use that information, that emotional information from the site to be able to see these constructs. And that's one thing that we got to go through. Definitely. I think that's what we're going to talk about on the board. Constructs. Because constructs are so important when it comes to, knowing where we're at. We talk about mazes. Maze is like one of those constructs that are created in our minds, where, I've experienced this. Like, there was a point in time where I was just experiencing, there's a little picture of a man under a dome, and there's like a city in the dome, and then he's at this wall, and he's like, he's like trying to get through the other side of this wall, and on the other side of it, like on the walls, like the stars and everything, and outside of it, for me, I remember I was going through a point in time where it felt like there was an entire city over there. Like, there was an entire city in the center of the town, and as I go to the wall, I'm like hitting that wall, like bang, boom, boom, but it's just like, like I can't get through it. It's like just bouncing, like it's just like boing, like a shield or something. So I'm like boom, 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 looking back at the city. Like, I don't really fuck with a city like that. Like boom, 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 like come on. So I have like a mental realm sometimes. Okay, so like I would sit by that wall, because it's like a story that happened. I'm just trying to like unscroll through what's going on. I guess it's like my spiritual being just kind of experiencing, but it's kind of like a place in between like his experiences and mine, but I'm like a more solid middle ground between like his imagination and my imagination, and where we kind of like just come to communication with each other. But yeah, it's like the city. There's a town in the middle. There's a dome. There's a tree. Yeah, there's a tree in the park for real. There's a tree in a plane. I wish someone didn't steal my art book, so I could like show you. I call it Mundos. I called it something Mundos, but like a map of the mind, basically. Something Mundos, like a map of the mind. And basically, yeah, like there's a lot of like stuff happening in the center of the city. On the outskirts is like emptier. This is like close to silence. And then there's that dome, like that skull dome. I guess that's what it's supposed to be. And then like, trying to pass your hand through it, it's like I couldn't. It kept on bouncing me back until recently. It was only until recently I was actually able to realize it wasn't there anymore. It just wasn't there anymore. Man, I remember I used to struggle trying to get to that thing, but what I learned later on for it to be was, and basically, hold on, man. What I learned for it to be later on basically was like, it was just like this question that was like getting towards me. I was going through like, it's not a religious question. I can't remember like the real question that it was. But like, basically it was like, it's like that kind of like, that question, like, is this all there is? Is this all there is? Baby, it's too, there's a lot out here. There's a lot. No, it's not all it is, but yeah. No, not by a long shot, buddy. Not at all. Okay. So yeah. So just noticing like, okay, now there's a sky ahead of me. Like, it was like my world basically, like I couldn't do anything I couldn't like manifest quickly. Like I was literally having to like make it like hand by hand. I'd have to like cut a tree down like to build a house type shit. But coming to manifestation, like when that dome like broke, like when that dome fell, like the manifestation abilities grew. So I don't know exactly what that means. Like I see this damn truck over here talking about some synergy. Get your ass home. Get your ass home. Get your ass home. Let me stop y'all. I'm not saying that they be like gang stalking like the government, like the CIA be gang stalking or that'd be crazy, right? Let me stop. No, a lot of people be saying that. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I really don't. Only for the fact that little me, really, like send an invitation, baby. We can talk because I do want to help the world. Like it's not like I want to. Just what am I gonna do? Like, oh, I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna die in my own grave and blah blah blah. Like, no, I'd rather be in communication with nature and people, just so that way I can express, just so we can help each other. Like, let me know. Like, let me know. We're out here, guys. We're out here. We're about to make it towards La Casa. But I said I was gonna do something on that board, y'all. 1 second. Constructs. There we go. We're gonna talk about constructs because we need to. This is a very important topic. Very, very important. A lot of the times we think the same physics that apply to the real world apply to the physics in our mind. Two different realities, two different universes. They do not work the same. So but the same brain does power it. So it's going to take some thinking power and it's going to take some really like imagination to be able to like really get to these constructs. They basically like, there's like these walls of thought loops basically. Like it'll hit you like, oh, this is a thought loop. Like this is like literally a construct that somebody created. Like I said, and you can see the polarity of these constructs. That's why I talk about polarities and like the positives and negatives that create these densities, that create these dense thoughts. Like this is a density. Like I'm just talking about the positive and negatives, right? So like they use these as the building blocks to create those constructs. So those are the things that kind of like you look at an idea and you be like, oh, I can't do this because if I do it then I'm gonna be looking like a weirdo, or oh, I do this I'm gonna be embarrassed, or whatever the case may be. I noticed that people hate, that's just what they do. People don't want to help. People rather talk. People rather do other stuff. People rather be destitute. People would rather be in shambles. People would rather be spiritually broken. People would rather be, I'm going to say it just like this. People would rather be spiritually broken. People would rather be destitute. People would rather be in stress. People would rather have sleepless nights. People would rather curse themselves. People would rather bring curses upon their families. I'm gonna keep saying like people would really rather like live in hell. Like that's like, I don't know why. Maybe it's those constructs. Maybe it's like a giant wall made to keep like a walled garden, but the garden is in fucking hell. Like that's all I can think about when people choose to be like shiesty and nasty and like help a brother out, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Like help someone as you would like to be helped. Like love people as you would love to be helped. Like I don't know how else to explain that. Like you got to help people. I'm not talking about me. I'm just like help people in general. Like that's not that hard to do. I get what you're saying. Like some things help people. We could be snake oil salesmen, but at least it helps people feel better and go to sleep at night. You're bringing like dumbass karma like on yourself. Like probably this is why this is happening. Like you're really just like, you're not thinking about it. That's fine. Like, oh, I've been living my life for like 40 plus years. I've never experienced the spirit. I've never experienced anything crazy. It don't happen that way, baby. It happens in the spiritual realm. It do be crazy stuff. When that Travis Scott concert happened, and I was like, damn, we're going into a whole new year. And my vision, I saw the summit and I saw the mountain and I saw the tower moment happen. I saw a tower moment happen in my own vision before any of this happened. So I saw a tower moment happen, and there was 2 people that fell off the tower. I asked my coworker, I said, did you have a dream last night? Only asked him that in intuition. He said, yes, there was a marriage on top of a building. I only asked him that in intuition. He said, yes, there was a marriage on top of a building and a lady fell off. Cause I was like, end up getting married to somebody, but another lady fell off. Let me tell you how the spirit will move. Like, I'm so sorry, I don't know how that came to be. But yeah, that's what God will move. Like, it has nothing to do with me. It don't have nothing to do with nobody else, but it has something to do with when you align yourself with what God is doing. That's it. I can't listen. I live a life where I can't be worried. Like, God gave me the a blessing or something, whatever it is, to not be like to not have to worry about certain things. And because I don't have to worry about those things, I'm gonna have to worry about what I have to worry about, like what God sent me here to worry about. Like, and it's not a worry that breaks the spirit. It's a worry that strengthens the spirit. It's like if you're worried that your kid's not eating today, you go out and you go find that food. If you're worried that you're not getting enough nutrition, you go out and go get that. If you're worried that you're not getting paid enough, you go out and go find a job. Like, it's that kind of a worry that helps you do more. It's that kind of a worry. It's like, damn, I'm worried about the planet. I'm worried about the earth. Like, what can we do to help it? Like, I'm actually very much worried. Because it's just those type of things that really build up this experience. It's those type of things that build up our lives. Like, you got to ask yourself, a lot of people, like I said, they're okay with living in their stress because maybe they haven't experienced anything above it to see that there's a difference. But there's a big difference, baby. Meditate on that. Really see where your peace is coming from. Meditate so that way when you feel shaken, when you feel disturbed, that's not your peace. When you feel disturbed, it is not your peace. Like, it's really not. It's not. Like, banish it. Eliminate it, rebuke it, ask God to intercede. Because the way they're going to have you trapped up, I pray the Lord protects you. Like, at the end of the day, I pray the Lord protects you. Because vengeance is for the Lord. It's not mine. I ain't got shit to do with it. Like, to be honest with you, I ain't got shit to do with it. Vengeance is for the Lord. It's just like, as far, not me, I'm not saying like as far as like us as light one, we don't got shit to do with. We don't got shit to do when people go through, when people get their karma. We don't got shit to do with when people get their just deserves. We don't got shit to do with it. Like, this vengeance is for the Lord. Like, you can go take vengeance too, but it's still for the Lord at the end of the day. Like, they're still going to get theirs and you're going to get yours for go doing that too. Like, everyone gets their peace. Everyone gets their peace. So, like, make sure your peace is like a good peace. Make sure your peace is vibrating outward positively and receiving inward positively. Make sure that's your portion, okay? Because a lot of us want that portion where we got the crumbs. We like, okay, we haven't eaten in days. We don't know what good food feels like, so we think we deserve the crumbs. You don't deserve crumbs, baby. You really don't. You really don't. You deserve a lot more crumbs, baby. You deserve the whole damn pie. I'm trying to tell you what. That better bake motherfucking 25 of them bitches, just for everybody. All right, that's what we in the spirit of. Everybody gets their own damn cake, like, and they can eat it too. Goddamn it. Get your cake and eat it. Goddamn it. Like, stay out of other people's cakes. Stop doing that. Woo. We're gonna walk back down to the house, y'all. We're almost there. But thank you guys so much for joining me on this walk on the black hole with what you have. Okay, this is it's a beautiful day outside. Honestly, it's a beautiful day. We're just receiving that. I'm coming back into, trying to come back into my portion. Because, well, you got to step down to earth sometimes, baby. They be draining your ass. They really do try to be draining you. So I got to really come back to portion. I'm going to come back to self. I'm going to come back to recalibration because that's what we're needing in this season. So recalibration. We're asking the universe for recalibration. We're asking, that's what we ask the Lord for a clean heart, right? Use your metaphors, man. That's what they're there for. Like, we're asking the earth for recalibration. We're asking the universe for recalibration. We're asking for a reset, right? We're asking for a reset. And a reset, a renewal of the spirit, a renewal of the soul and mind. They knew about, they probably had y'all with some ancient technology, goddamn. They didn't even tell y'all that. Probably up in Egypt or some shit, you feel me? We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that. But yeah, y'all, look at this beautiful tree. Look at the aura. You see, this is that tree's aura, like, and it probably expands even wider. This is just its physical body, and it's already that big. Imagine what its spiritual body is like, y'all. Y'all keep playing with nature. Stop playing with nature, dog. Like, stop playing. Nature don't play for long. I'm trying to tell you what. Nature don't play for long. You gotta become friends with nature, like, for real. The thing about nature is it's like an empath too. Most natural spirits are empathic, especially because that's how you have to communicate with them. So nature's willing and ready to forgive as long as we put the work forward to, like, show that we, want that forgiveness. Like, if you put, as far as cleaning up pollution from the earth and and all those other things, it just kind of lets the earth feel like, you know, we're there for it. And the earth is still an emotional being. Just because you help it out don't mean it don't get mad or sad, don't mean it don't go through certain thought processes, because it really aligns with the thought process of the planet at the same time. People don't understand, like, we are living cells. We are living cells. We are living organisms. And I heard, who was it? She was running for president. Oprah's lady. And she was like, you know, what a cell that doesn't follow the instructions of the body, it's called a malignant cancer cell, right? It's not going with the instructions of the body. It's not moving at the frequency of the earth. It is a malignant cancer cell. Like, it is causing stress and pain to the body, which the body has as integrity. But that cancerous mentality, those cancerous pollution, I'll call it pollution, the same way you see trash piles piled up in the ocean, the same way cancer piles up, that's that pollution. But no one knows it has its own signal, it has its own frequency radiating. It will affect you in subtle ways, even if you don't realize it. It is doing that. That's the difference between, like I said, if a bomb goes off and you just weren't there to see it, it still went off. Like, it still went off. It's still going off. It's still vibrating. It's still like boing, 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 making a loud, annoying sound. Because look at the news. Look at what is actually, like, look at what is actually making you hear. Like, not just in your mind, but like, listen to what you're hearing. Listen to all the negativity. This is pollution. This is sin. This is destitution. Like, the same way when you walk into a room, you don't want to hear somebody talk about something negative all day. That's literally what's happening on the news. Like, that's all they can do, because that's the world around us. And it's up to us to change that. It really is. A lot of people, I think the news media is not. It's the spirit. It's not the news. It's not Facebook. It's not nobody. It's the spirit. It's what we allow ourselves to do. That's why no one wants to take accountability. Everyone's going to be stuck in the same damn situation. Straight up. If you don't take accountability for, like, social media exists, but I'm the one using it. What? I can't talk to my grandma? I can't talk to my auntie? Nobody said that. Nobody said that. But what are you doing with grandma? What are you doing with auntie? It don't take nothing but, it don't take nothing but like 25 minutes to ask how you doing, how your day is, you know, did you eat today? Stuff like that. How times you ask motherfucker they ate? You don't even got money to fucking help them eat, so why are you asking? Like, go do what you gotta do. Like, straight up. Oh, did you eat today? You can't even feed me. Why are you asking? Like, go work on you so that we can actually help people the way that you want to help them. Like, on a real tip and a real note. Anyways, you guys. Woo! We had our walk. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to his eye. Alright, y'all. We will talk, okay? We will talk. Love you. This has been the Black Hole OG Vibe. We want to talk, okay, y'all? For real. Okay, worry about... Ooh, sorry. Oh, my God. You guys, I know you guys are going to hate this video. It's up. Leave me alone. It's stuck, too. It's up and it's stuck. Okay, leave me alone. Okay, you guys. Okay, we're out. Bye.